Well, growing up is a hard thing to do. There is plenty that goes into it. And I like to think that our memories or our traditions are the milestones that keep us along the way that we look back at. It's the we used to always, or we would always do these things. Some are good, some aren't so good, but there are great ones, right? Like every time you'd go to the lake and you'd stop at this specific gas station and grab a corn dog and a soda pop, or going to donuts on Saturday mornings. Or having family over on holidays or Sundays. These are the great memories of our lives, the great traditions that anchor the points of us and you growing up. Some of them aren't so great. The not memories. Hey, we didn't do that thing with those people on purpose. Or we make sure and we didn't celebrate that holiday. Or we took family photos and dad was always in a mood because he was frustrated and tired. These are the negative traditions that we have. They come, and the incredible thing is our traditions help to determine who we are. It's those traditions that helped make you who you are, for good and for bad. And most of them were probably not even on purpose. So today, why don't we take a few minutes and talk about traditions and determine with fresh eyes, what are the traditions in our home? Do we like them? Do we not like them? And how do we use traditions to create a family on purpose? To build the culture, the relationships, and the output, to build the future you and the next generation of you into who you want to be on purpose. Let's dive in. Babe, what do you think about traditions?
I love traditions. I am so sentimental that I think if we do something twice, I'm like, that's it. That's a New England family tradition. Yeah. Like we've done it twice. Now we're going for the third time and we are locked into it. And as you were speaking, introducing this podcast, it made me think about why traditions are those milestone memories that you mentioned. And it's because they're repetitive. They're repeated over and over and over again. And so when you do ask someone, hey, what were the traditions? You know, they can quickly come to mind because we've done them so many times.
Oh, it's we used to always, right. Or this is who we are. Well, so tell me about your family. Oh man, we always did this, or we never did that. And this is who we are. I think, as we continue to dive into this, it will determine, hey, traditions reinforce values, they build culture, they grow relationships, all the great things that help to determine who we are in our families.
That's right. That's good. I'm excited about this episode. I love traditions. I love it so much that it just now came to mind. I think since 2012, I have an Easter story that I printed off of the internet several days. Yeah. You start on Palm Sunday and go through it. And it's hard for me to give that up being in 2025 now of like, well, even though it's childlike.
Here's
lingo,
the funny part, right? Like it's not, hey, you're printing the story from Matthew, Mark, or Luke. Like it's designed for 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds because that's how old our kids were at the time.
Exactly. So I have read it so many times. I'm like, I don't want to give it up this year, even though it is very childlike talk.
Is this the year?
It could be. And I'll save it for the grandkids though. I can bring it back.
So the tradition changes.
And I just now, a friend popped into my head. Her daughter goes to college in Nebraska. And I can see how it would be hard to maintain some of those family traditions, but maybe it looks a little bit different. Like if she's in college during Thanksgiving, hey, we're having Thanksgiving in August before you go back to campus. Yeah. So you can adjust and still maintain those family traditions.
Wait, you mean Walmart sells turkeys in August?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you just adjust it, right? You do it. I mean, one time we had Thanksgiving in July. I don't remember why, but we did. Yeah. It was just the 4 of us.
We read a book and it ended with a
that's what it was. That's meal. Right. Yeah. We were doing some filming and capturing who they are. And some of the traditions they did were birthday pancakes. Oh, yeah. The mom made birthday pancakes. They got photos on Santa's lap every year at Christmas. Even now the kids are in college and they're getting photos on Santa's lap. They always had to dress up in certain outfits. And, they had a great perspective. They said, look, things change, but traditions stay the same. They used to go to one Santa Claus, and then that Santa Claus retired, and so they went to a different one. But it was still the importance of keeping Santa and the photos with Santa alive.
Yeah. I can relate to that mom because it's hard to give up something like mine.
What do you think it is about traditions that make them hard to give up or near and dear to your heart?
I can picture the years of doing those things and how they look differently. Like, okay, when we're having powdered donuts at breakfast every Christmas morning, like I can envision, even though our children are teenagers now, I can envision them at 3 and 4 with their little powdered donuts. Like it's just something that's so endearing. It's reminiscent to me.
I actually ran across that photo the other day. I think I told you at lunch, I accidentally hit the top of my photos app and it scrolled all the way to the top. And here our kids are born 2 and 3, and I'm slowly scrolling through them, making myself miserable. And that was one I didn't tell you, but that was one that I landed on was Sawyer and Jack in the living room at our old house. Each had a powdered donut in their hand.
They were wearing jammies.
Jammies.
Is that the year she got her little keyboard?
Same year.
So she had this little keyboard with a microphone, and it could light up and do all these things. And it was probably about this wide and, enough for the size of a 3 or 4-year-old. And she belted out so many songs on that like that keyboard is up in the attic for our grandkids. Like when I tell you I'm sentimental, this is it. Like I saved their clothes and like, oh, we had our family pictures in this. And what if you want to get your baby's pictures made in this? Like
everything,
it is
everything. We have it all.
Yeah.
It's all up in the attic.
Yeah. You never know. And we'll be glad we did.
We'll be glad we did.
People will be saying, thanks, Mom. I can't believe you saved that. That is so sweet.
Or, thanks, Mom. I'll take it and I'll drop it by Goodwill. Thanks.
Yeah. It is hilarious when you see parents that have saved things for their children and then they have their children and it's like 20 years old at this point, 25 years old, 30 years old. And, you see these little rompers and onesies.
What do you mean to do with this, Mom?
Yeah. And they look so dated and, but they're so cute.
They are so cute. Okay, so help us expand the view of traditions. Yes, we have Christmas morning, or everybody comes over on Thanksgiving, and where everybody sits, and the grandpa or the uncle or whoever it is falls asleep on the couch, and like, hey, it's a tradition. We all just kind of go with it. But what else? What other traditions are there? Because if traditions help us determine, reinforce who we are as a family, give us in your perspective, and I wrote down some thoughts too, but like in your thoughts, what is a full map or idea of what traditions could be? Are they all around holidays? Are they none around holidays?
No, not at all. And in fact, I made a list of a lot of things that we do in our home. And I would say, you're going to have those anchor holiday traditions. Okay. We go look at Christmas lights with hot cocoa. We decorate the tree together. We have powdered donuts for breakfast. Every family has what they usually do.
Every family has powdered donuts.
No, not every family has powdered donuts, but every family has their set routine. Yeah. Hey, the kids wake up early and are waking up mom and dad or whatever. First day of school picks.
Okay, yeah, that's
a
good
tradition. Our kids, since pre-K, have been in the same spot on the porch with a sign that looks similar. It's like the same formatting, font and so forth. So first day of school pictures, there are our lake day that we do. So that's not a holiday.
Yep.
That's just, hey, our family loves to go and have our special lake day.
Yep.
Serving others together. Annually, we're helping my mom on the food truck, serving food. That's a tradition. So I think there's so many things that are not related around holidays. Okay. And I think it's just those things that you do. When this happens, this is what we do. Like a sick day. Okay, we're going to make some homemade chicken noodle soup.
Is that a tradition?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it is that it happens when this happens. I used to have feel-good pants when we were first married. They were gray fleece pants. And anytime I did not feel well, I was going to wear my feel-good pants. They were these wide leg fleece, but they were so comfortable. So yeah, I do believe that is a tradition.
Okay.
Just traditionally, when this happens, this is what we do.
Okay. All right. So why? So let's dig into this. We've got traditions that happen annually, monthly, weekly. Are there daily traditions? Or are those habits?
So I don't know, honestly, because I think you can have routines
Yep.
and then you can have rituals.
Okay.
And so if you look at like the daily, okay, we're going to pray before our meals. We are going to, we have our whole bedtime like
right.
routine. We're all
Yeah.
gathering in our
Yeah.
daughter's room with the dog, and
Yeah.
all of us are there and praying together and getting the giggles together and stuff like that. And so I don't know if that's more of a routine.
Okay.
What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
I kind of think routine. Like this is just what you do.
Yeah.
I feel like traditions are more, I'd said it in the intro there, traditions are more milestones that in my mind kind of connect the journey of the year or connect the journey of life, because life is hard.
Mhm.
I mean, in between things, um, there are challenges, right? In between milestones, there are challenges. So there's a lot of life. There's the stress of work, the stress of extended family, the stress of relationships, the stress of friendships, the stress of finances, all the stuff that comes into play. But sometimes I feel like traditions are the milestones that link together all of that. Hey, if I can just make it these next 3 weeks, then Christmas is coming, and I know, hey, I'll get joy out of everybody coming over or going over there, opening presents and being around family. Oh man, okay. Summer is so hot, but 4th of July is coming, and we always on 4th of July, boom. And I feel like it kind of creates that hope or that joy that you look forward to for the good traditions.
Right.
They're the not so good traditions too, right? Oh no, it's coming up. It's Aunt Josie's birthday, and mom always throws a fit and refuses that we go over there, and she makes a big deal. It's a terrible day. We don't have an Aunt Josie, so I'm making up this completely. But
you're saying the mom throws a fit
I don't know.
go over there?
I just made it up to not
okay,
go over
okay.
there because she doesn't like Aunt Josie.
Well, you got to go celebrate Aunt Josie. I'm just saying.
Some people don't. So
I hear what you're. Go ahead.
you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's those milestones that you look forward to throughout the year that blend it together.
I agree with that in the milestones, but I also think you can have a weekly milestone.
Yeah.
So like, oh, it's been a hard day or it's been a hard week. And I think about when our kids were young, it was, they're like 3 and 4 and like getting the rhythm of the days of the week. So we implemented biscuits and gravy Saturday, which meant daddy's off work. It's the weekend. Here we go. And so it was like they woke up, biscuits and gravy Saturday. They knew, okay, we've got daddy.
Why did that die?
Because we went
you guys went
gluten-free.
gluten-free? Yeah.
Yes. And
we just recently found a good gluten-free biscuit that a friend made.
Yeah, someone made some and they were delicious. And so we're going to try to, we might reinstate biscuit and gravy Saturday.
I would be okay with that.
But so I think it can be weekly or like Sundays when a Sunday meal is prepared or families gather together, extended family gather together on a Sunday.
But I think that's a milestone. I think
agree.
It's just a shorter milestone.
I agree. And I just wanted to bring up, hey, it could be the weekly thing that you're looking forward to. Or hey, Friday night tradition is we go eat Mexican or whatever that is, like date nights.
Date night.
And hopefully those are, more frequent than the holidays that roll around,
We have 2 date nights a year. They fall between.
That is not true. We have date nights on Wednesdays.
Okay, so if traditions reinforce the culture of the home, for good or bad, the identity of the home, we are, as England's, beacons of light and pillars of strength to a dark and crumbling world. That's who God has created us to be. That's who we try to live out in every situation. What do you think are the traditions that we use to reinforce or prioritize that? What are some of your favorite England family traditions
that prioritize being a beacon of light and a pillar of strength?
Just reinforce the culture of our home.
Okay, that's a great question because I think I have favorite traditions of ours, but then I think I have some that speak into being a beacon of light. Like when we go and
hit me with both.
Okay, so when we go and serve with my mom, on the food truck, I would say that is shining strong.
Yep.
That is being a beacon of light and a pillar of strength. I think that probably something else is like our fun fall bucket list to remember.
That's a good one.
That we send out to our family and friends every September. And we've been doing this for 5 years now. And it's so sweet because some of the families are like, okay, the little kids will open it and see the list. And it's 10 things, that you want to do over.
It's 10 blanks.
10 blanks. Yeah. You get to fill in the blanks.
Each family fills it in. Yeah. That would be cool if we pre-prepared it. Like, hey, this is what you have to do. This is the England Family Challenge for the year. Look out for that one.
That's right. We might do that next year. That sounds fun. This year we had a challenge on there. Hey, out of the 10 blanks to fill out, make sure 3 of them are serving others. Because I think when somebody sees a fall bucket list, it's like their top 10 can be something to do with pumpkin. Yeah. I'm going to make pumpkin bread. I'm going to paint a pumpkin, whatever.
Drink a pumpkin latte.
Yes. But that to me is an opportunity to shine strong and to make sure that families are connecting.
Yep.
I think maybe our kids' birthday parties also are shine strong opportunities. Like I have loved the years of birthday parties, getting to have everyone gather together and to be a light.
Now first, let's talk about birthday parties for a second. Our kids' birthday parties, when they were young, they were incredible. And don't get me wrong, it's not because we spent a fortune on the birthday parties. This is not it. One year was marbles, paint, and a paper plate. This is cheap. Bingo that we spent probably $50 on bingo prizes at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, and those kids were losing their minds over these prizes.
Their minds.
That was hilarious.
I love that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that as I was putting our traditions stuff together. But I loved that tradition because it really was an opportunity to invite people in, be hospitable. You made delicious breakfast casseroles. It was always on a Saturday morning in the fall. It was chilly. They had snacks. We had 70 or 100 people in our backyard playing tug of war. That was great. A great opportunity to join friends and family together, be hospitable, and be a beacon of light and a pillar of strength. Yeah. It's about time to reinstate that too.
I agree.
We're coming back with a lot. Biscuits and gravy.
Yes, biscuits and gravy Saturdays. In fact, I think we should do it this Saturday.
B-Day parties.
Okay, so those are the ways that I feel like our family can be a beacon of light and a pillar of strength. Some of my favorites, personal favorites.
Yeah, just personal favorites.
I'm looking at late day.
Yep,
late day is one of my favorite.
One of my top 3.
Let's see.
And just for the record, we go to the lake a day a year. So this is not every Tuesday is taking the boat out. We don't have a boat.
Yeah.
We rent a boat on one day at a lake, and it's a blast. It's an absolute blast. I look forward to it.
We used to do Super Saturdays once a month.
Yeah, that was fun.
Would take a look at our calendars and go, okay, what Saturday's free? Okay, this is Super Saturday. And it included the kids in that. Hey, what do we want to do? And that's where we got a lot of our backyard obstacle course days. They were free to do, but we were all in having fun.
Okay, so what was the benefit of Super Saturdays?
Connection.
Yeah.
Connection. And it's always connection over perfection. That didn't have to be the most fabulous obstacle course in the world. You didn't have to be the best participant at it, but you were connecting and you were having fun in those moments. Traditions are all about connection. And there's so many things to say about connection. So I might hold another piece for later on in our segment. Okay, sorry tournament is one of my favorites.
Same.
Let me put a little asterisk by that.
Made it on my list.
Okay, so we played Sorry the board game and have a tournament every quarter. We have the trophy that's in one of our episodes. So whoever wins that gets the trophy on their nightstand. And my last one, my third for my top 3 would be our New Year's Eve praise parties.
Okay, that's good.
I love praising the Lord for that year of all of us coming together, preparing our own lists. Yeah. It is so beautiful to me to magnify the Lord together and just to see the perspectives of those highlights in your life and in the kiddos' lives. Those are my top 3.
Okay.
What are your top 3?
Well, you stole 2 of them.
Okay.
Board game tournament, which is sorry. Now, this is assuming praying, going to church, birthdays, having family, that kind of stuff. I'm talking about specifics. Board game tournament, lake day. And then you stole it earlier talking about we have the tradition of eating the white powdered donuts on Christmas morning. Santa always brings me some cold Starbucks Frappuccinos, and it's one of my favorite breakfasts of the year. Frappuccinos and white powdered donuts. Lake Day, powdered donuts, and board game tournament.
Yeah.
And then I thought about what were some of the oddest, not weird, but maybe unusual traditions in our family. Every 4th of July, we climb up on the roof to watch fireworks.
No, I don't think that's odd.
I don't think it's odd, but I don't know if every family does
think
that.
unusual is the right word
Unusual.
for it. Yeah, you bet.
My favorite was the year Gina climbed up on the roof with us. It got dark, of course, after the fireworks. She got scared and was
okay, I don't know how much of this story we should tell, honestly.
Wanted the fire department to come to get her down. That's what it was.
That is true. Yeah, it was terrifying. The roof was steep. It's dark. I don't even think I can get down. I just wanted the fire truck to come, put the ladder up on the house, and get me down. It was terrifying. And I haven't been up there since.
Nope, that was the last time.
But now I have the worst job in the world on
True
4th of July because they stick me with the dog, and he is terrified of the fireworks booming, and he's miserable, and then he makes me miserable.
And his emotional support animal,
having a blast,
named Sawyer, is not around him. So yeah, we're having a blast. I mean,
yeah, they're having a blast, and I'm like miserable, praying, laying hands on this dog, like, Lord, please give him peace. I'm singing over him.
Speaking of dog, number 2 for me of most unusual traditions, we sing happy birthday to Boaz, at least on our birthdays.
Yeah.
But at least maybe once a week.
Yeah.
Something about that song, Boaz loves happy birthday.
Yeah.
The song, it means everything.
It does mean everything to him. Yeah, it does. He goes wild. Speaking of dogs, we had a tradition with our first dog.
Yeah,
Roger, who we had for 13 and a half years, dog love of our life. But he got Steve's ribs every year on his birthday, and that was his birthday tradition.
He did get barbecue ribs on his birthday. I forgot about that. That is true.
He did, yeah.
And then I like this one. I just thought of it now, but maybe an unusual but a fun tradition is when we go on vacation, the kids always get a root beer float.
Oh,
That's just what they get.
Yeah,
they get a root beer float
in
a new state on a vacation, right? I try to get in on that one too.
Yeah.
Usually Gina doesn't want me to get in on that one. The worst was at Hilton Head. I think I paid $12 each for a root beer float. It was exorbitant. I mean, it was crazy expensive. But you do it because traditions are traditions.
Yep.
And there's an honor and respect that we have to give to traditions. We continue it because it means so much. And there's a cost for you pay.
Yeah.
An actual cost or opportunity cost.
Right. And it's all about connection. And I think, as our children grow up and leave the nest, like they will be asked, hey, what would you like to do with your family?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that rooftop fireworks, they're going to say that.
Yeah.
They're going to talk about root beer floats on vacations. I think that when they have their own families, they'll still be serving powdered donuts.
I think so too.
On Christmas morning.
And, it's did you ever hear that story of a girl was growing up and her mom was teaching her how to cook? Do you remember this? And so she takes the ham on Thanksgiving and she cuts it in half.
Oh, yeah.
And then bakes it. And then the next year she's learning. And so she and her family cuts the ham in half. And so it passed from grandma to mom to daughter. Mm-hmm. And eventually the daughter's like, Mom, why do we cut the ham in half? She's like, I don't know. Your grandma has just always cut the ham in half. We should ask her. And so they asked the grandma, why do you cut the ham in half? She said, oh, well, that's because when you were little, our oven was real small and a whole ham wouldn't fit in there. So I cut it in half and put it in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny the way that traditions just become the way we do things around here.
Right. Which I think is a perfect segue to let's talk about the actual benefits.
There you go.
Of traditions.
Like
you mentioned, you're talking about heritage right now, right?
Right.
And connecting those generations. So we'll start there and then we can tag in on all of the wonderful, incredible benefits of tradition. So
that's good.
For our family, my grandma has made these chocolate pralines for Christmas for decades and decades and decades. And I probably say it wasn't until like the last, I don't know, 7 years maybe she hasn't made them. 6 years.
I would say even 5.
Maybe 5. Maybe since COVID. But that was like a tradition. You knew you were going to get a Christmas tin of pralines wrapped in wax paper and all of the Christmas goodies that she would make. And so it if I were to take on that, like that would pass on that heritage. Hey, it's my grandma, so our kiddo's great grandma, but hey, these are great grandma's pralines that we make, or her rolls that we've tried to master, because that's just like if you said, what is your grandma's home, like what does food taste like there? Okay, it's her rolls, it's her spaghetti,
Yeah.
and those things. And so it just links and connects generations. Where
Yeah.
did you come from? And I think, for us being Italian, for me being Italian, okay, bringing in our Italian heritage in that.
Well, and I think, so that makes me think about two things. One, God's word is laced with the idea of heritage, and especially if you look at the Jewish people and the way that they still continue, and the festivals they have, and the why they do things, and you look at the standing stones that when they crossed the Jordan River, hey, let's put up these standing stones, and now you're in the Promised Land, so that anybody that comes by here will look and see and ask, what are these here for? And you can tell them, oh, this is where God led us across the Jordan, and this is the Promised Land. I think Deuteronomy 6 is full of heritage. Hey, you pass it on from one generation to the next. And I think it speaks to, that leads me to the second thing, is that speaks to the intentionality, the purposefulness of doing these things so that you can pass on heritage and values and just and not let it get lost. Not let it get lost.
Yep. That's great. I love that. I think that's something so significant about passing on generational heritage and those that are gone, still keeping their memory alive.
Well, and I think that's how we're in this thing to do family on purpose. And so I think that's one of the ways, traditions, I don't know if it's plural or singular here, but traditions are one of the ways, right? Continuing traditions, continuing heritage are one of the ways that we can do family on purpose. Hey, I liked this about my family. You loved your grandma's rolls and spaghetti, not because it was, yes, it tasted good, but it was more than just that. It was about the connection to your Italian heritage. It was the connection to relationship and family. It was the connection to those that you loved. It just happened to be around spaghetti and rolls.
Yeah.
And probably some vegetables in there somewhere. So we can look at, if we want to do this family on purpose, what can we continue going forward that would reinforce who we are, where we came from, previous generations, and move it forward, right?
That's great. That's so good. Another benefit of traditions is identity, our sense of identity.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about identity linked to traditions?
Yeah, I think kind of like I was saying earlier, identity is, well, this is who we are. And if you know who you are, then you know what to do. So, well, this is just the way we do things around here. This is our identity. This is who we are. And if you think about if traditions are the milestones that link us together in life and kind of put life together and give us a stake in the ground, from this point, this is what we do, then those become the focal points of identity on, this is what we do and this is who we are. Because you even said it when Sawyer and Jack grow up and someone says, hey, tell me about your childhood. It's usually answered with the we always is.
Right.
Right. You put all the we always together and the plural of that. Well, we always, and we always did this, and we always did this, and we always did that. And that becomes who you are. It's the identity. And then out of that, because we always met at grandma's for dinner, we are a close relational family.
Right.
There's a connection there that draws activity or action into identity and who we are. So I think traditions are key in the root or the foundation of that.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, what about belonging? What do you think on belonging linking to tradition?
Well, I think if you're included in the tradition, then you belong.
That's right. Because if you treat traditions as all about connection, then there is that sense of belonging there.
Somebody not treat traditions about connection. How would they treat it about something else? That was a mouthful for me to get out, but how would they treat it about not connection, but what else would they think traditions were about?
Well, I think some people can do traditions for the sake of, oh, let's get this over with. We've always done this every year.
Yeah.
Like if you go to a candlelight service at Christmas, if that's your Christmas Eve tradition, but you're just there, not actually there connecting with the Lord, but you're like, really got to get home. I got to start, whatever. I got to start preparing dinner and wrapping gifts and do all of these things. I think if your mind is not there in that space and you're not enjoying it and taking great pleasure in it, if you're just doing it for the sake of checking the box to say, well, we didn't miss the year of this, I did a good job.
I get it. So it's almost obligation,
right?
More than
joy.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
I agree. And I think with belonging, having the kids, help plan that day. And you can have XYZ traditions. It's okay to outgrow those traditions. It's okay for me to put down my 13-year-old Easter story.
But here's what that family was saying, right? It's okay to put down the Easter story for the 5 and 6-year-olds.
Right.
But let's not lose the reverence of God and talk about Easter on Easter Sunday. Let's read it from God's word.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying just transition
that was
to
an
a more
aha moment for me.
Okay.
That was an aha moment.
I was saying it's okay. I want people to feel freedom to say, if you're not enjoying this and you're doing it just for the sake of doing it, it's okay to retire it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's coming to the Lord and celebrating Easter and me putting away my 13-year-old printout for 4 and 5-year-olds, doing something that is also age appropriate with the same meaning, still celebrating Jesus' work on the cross for us. I also think create new ones. Hey kids, what is something that you want to do this year? What do you think would be a fun England tradition? If we could do something every single year, what would you have? And I think that's where a sense of belonging can also come. So yes, you're included, but then including them in on plans or future traditions.
That's good. I like that.
Yep. Okay. I have on my list a benefit of traditions is security.
Okay. I think that's a big benefit.
I think it's huge. I think that security and stability are needed, and especially in the lives of children. Like, hey, I know what to expect. This is going to come to pass. If a child moves during the school year, still getting to celebrate, oh, I know at Thanksgiving we still do this. Things feel the same to them, or at Christmas, it's just in a new space. I think it brings security.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that, and I think that's where, I think you did a great job communicating what I was trying to communicate earlier in, hey, life happens in between those, and you have challenges, you have difficulties. So the traditions help create the milestones that we can look forward to, that we can have joy and hope and bring us the security of, okay, but I know on Thanksgiving, on Christmas, on New Year's, whatever it is, on St. Patrick's Day, we do this, and it's the same, and everything's gonna be okay.
Another benefit of traditions is strengthening bonds. I believe it's all about that connection. If we go back to talking about connection over perfection, if we look at anything that we do under the tradition umbrella, it's about connection. How can we strengthen our family bonds? How can we enjoy each other in this moment? Have fun together in this moment?
Yeah, that's good. I think so too. I think shared experiences create relationship, and relationship open doors, and relationship create those bonds. And so I think, traditions are great because it is a shared experience. Hey, remember that last time at Christmas? Or cousins getting together, or brother and sister-in-law, or brothers or sisters, or like whatever that shared time, shoulder to shoulder, funny time, funny moment, and then you move forward.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And I think as you're talking about that, just thinking about some of the experiences that we've had together, are the 4 of us, and like, oh, our traditions or things that we've done have not gone perfectly.
No,
like we've had some absolute disasters in them.
Yes.
But we still delight in them. Now they're absolutely hilarious. Like when we were frantic in the moment over or panicked over something not going right. And then now we can just laugh about, oh my gosh, can you believe that happened?
When I was scrolling my phone the other day, and the old photos, it had you holding a turkey, and it was your first turkey that you had made.
Yes.
And I think we set the alarm every 2 hours to get up and change the water.
It was every hour.
Okay.
But we alternated. So you would get 2 hours of sleep because I took the hour in between, and then I'd get 2 hours of sleep. That was an absolute disaster. And I don't think I've made a turkey since.
Yeah, you have.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't like to make turkeys because of that.
Yeah.
Not getting that thing
I'm
thawed
not a big
in time.
turkey fan. Like, I prefer a ham on Thanksgiving, not a turkey.
And you seeing that picture also makes me think of the traditional, if I take a picture with an inanimate object, I swear my face looks like this. My smile is never right. I hold a bouquet of flowers, something I've just baked out of the oven. My worst pictures ever come with food.
Yeah.
Or flowers.
I think you're always beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so traditions are great. They've got tons of benefits. What do? How do we look at our lives and say, this is the tradition I want, or this is not the tradition I want, and to move forward in it? What does it take? What can we do? Just if a family is listening, where do they take it? Okay, great. Got it. Traditions are great. Now what? What's the now what?
The now what is implementing them and having a non-negotiable. I think sometimes our seasons, especially like the Christmas season, have gotten so busy for us that there will come a moment of like, well, what if we just skip this? Like saying, no, we're not going to skip this. This is so important to us. I'd rather skip something else on our schedule than skip a family tradition. And so I think being intentional and being purposeful. And if you know it's a tradition, then you know every Christmas,
it's coming.
I better have donuts purchased.
You'd better.
I better. Oh, yeah. And now it's become a challenge because half of us are gluten-free. And so it's like, okay, you got to locate the gluten-free powdered donuts. You have to look at the others. And then I think there was Hostess or whatever. Yeah.
They stopped creating it.
Yes.
I almost said printing donuts. They stopped making donuts.
Well, and I could always make us homemade, I guess. But if you know these things are coming about, be purposeful. Put them on your calendar. Yeah. Hey, it is, here's the summer. We know we go to the lake. Which day out of this summer is going to be lake day?
Yeah.
Instead of, oh my gosh, it's the last week of summer and we haven't gone to the lake. What do we do? And flustering through it. And so I think being intentional and being purposeful.
Well, you know what I always say about that, babe?
What? Oh, I do know this. Leaders are prepared.
Leaders are prepared. And so, hey, you've been given the opportunity to lead your family. Mm-hmm. Let's be prepared in it. Yep. Let's be intentional. Let's have a conversation. Your favorite traditions are not or some of them are, but they're not all my favorite traditions.
2 of the 3 were.
2 of the 3 were.
Yeah.
But hey, why don't you sit everybody around the table and just say, hey, what are some of your favorite things that we do? What are some of your favorite things that we do? Yep. What are some of your least favorite things that we do? And frankly, you kind of wish we would stop. It's okay to have that conversation and to go there. And let's be intentional and lead our family on purpose by being, as you're saying, prepared. Let's be knowledgeable. Let's be open and honest about it all, I think.
Yep.
The other thing I would add to that is, make it yours.
It's good.
What's right for your family right now?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it might be the 4 and 5-year-old Easter story. That might be it. But if your kids are in college, you might not need to hold on to that sheet of paper and have a FaceTime and read them a 5-year-old.
But you save those papers for the grandkids.
Yeah, of course. That's not what I mean.
Maybe you should laminate
them. But what's right for your family? I had breakfast with a guy the other day, and he officiates college sports, specifically football. He officiates college football games, and he's got 2 young kids in the house. And he and I talked about essentially starting or continuing the tradition of, hey, here's the football season. Why don't you guys come with me on these? And we'll go make a trip of it, and we'll go have a great time. We'll see a great city. We'll do some activities. That becomes a tradition that everybody's involved in that probably didn't exist. I mean, it doesn't exist in our family.
Right.
It doesn't exist in the neighbor's family. It's his family, and it's specific to his family. I heard this study and I need to find it. And if I can find it, I've Googled it a couple times. I'll put it in the description. But kids do better with less time if it is planned and intentional than they do with more time if it's unplanned or unintentional. So if you're working on a busy schedule, and this study, I'll try and find it, but if you're working on a busy schedule, instead of just, hey, I'll get a couple hours one night this week, we'll hang out then. Well, everybody's kind of on their toes, and then the night comes and it's like, oh man, I wasn't prepared. What are we going to do? But if it's Thursday night is your night, I know Thursday night's coming and we're going to spend a couple hours together on Thursday night. So be prepared. Kids, the study says, do better with that because they know it's coming, they're expecting it, and they can essentially emotionally and mentally work around that. What else is right for your family? I have another buddy he's an accountant, which means he works on tax deadlines throughout the year, April and October. And after each tax deadline, he takes a week for a staycation. They don't go anywhere. They don't do anything. It is literally a staycation. He and his wife go to the gym. They go and have breakfast. They have coffee. But I talk to him after those weeks, and usually he says, it's one of the best weeks of the year.
That's wonderful.
And it becomes a tradition in his family. So be intentional, be focused, prepare, and do what's right for your family. Because what's right for one family is not right for another.
That's right.
Create the traditions that support the family that you want to become.
That makes me think of my sister just recently started a new tradition on Sundays. She's doing a cooking throughout the world thing. And her oldest daughter and her oldest daughter's boyfriend are partaking in helping cook and prepare these meals. So every Sunday, they're picking a destination on the map. And like they had, Korean food and I can't remember where she had just last time, but she was making hummus and all this stuff. Maybe it was Greek. Greece, Greek food.
Mediterranean.
Yes. And so that is a day of the week now that they're all looking forward to, which goes back to, we mentioned Sunday meals together, like having just that short time frame of, hey, in this week, I'm looking forward to Sunday. And so I love that she has implemented that, and her husband and youngest daughter love it. And so that's just something that she started, I think, within the summer and is continuing on to do. And so you can start something new no matter what age your children are.
That's where I was going.
Because we know a lot of empty nesters that have their kids over. We know a family that, Thursdays, the kids and grandkids are coming over for dinner. And then another family, Sundays, kids and grandkids are coming over for dinner. And it's a way to maintain that connection.
Well, you're right. And I think, so even for those families, the difference is it's a pressure-free Thursday. It's a pressure-free Saturday or Sunday. Hey, if you're in town and you can make it, the doors are open.
Right.
I know there's a lot of families out there that battle with or struggle with obligation where mom or dad, the grandparents, are going, don't you miss a Sunday. You better be here on Thursday. Well, that puts stress and pressure on everybody.
Right.
Here's the deal. If you're a grandparent, if you're an empty nester, one, it's not too late to start a new tradition. How about FaceTime Wednesdays?
Right.
Hey, if they're out of town, if they live far away and you can't just have everybody over, that doesn't mean you can't start a tradition. Hey, FaceTime Wednesdays. Hey guys, would you be okay if I FaceTime you Wednesday night at 6:30 to 6:45? I just love to see your beautiful faces and just say hi. And that gives me something to look forward to.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the calendar. We'll make sure that we're
That's
not.
right. We'll have the tripod out ready on Wednesdays.
We've got the TV off. We've got everything ready. We're looking forward to it. Or if you are local, take them to the zoo. It doesn't. And if the kids are older, say it's a grandparent with empty nester and the grandkids are in their 20s or 30s. Guess what? It's not too late.
Yeah.
It's not too late to start a tradition. Do it today. Start it today. The family that you want to develop on purpose.
Right. And to the empty nesters, you're still a family. And you and your spouse, what is your tradition? It doesn't have to include your children.
That's right.
Or your grandkids. Are you having date nights? Are you, hey, we go to the movies. We go hit a matinee at this time when all kids are in school, or go hit those places that are not busy when kids are in school. and maximize on relationship and still connect and still pursue, still be intentional.
I agree.
Yep. That's right.
So there's your challenge.
Find a fascinating quote from the American Psychological Association Journal of Family Psychology. Can you say that 3 times fast?
Not even close.
Me neither. It finds that family routines and rituals that are alive and well are associated with marital satisfaction, adolescents' sense of personal identity, children's health, academic achievement, and stronger family relationships. So there's a ton of good reasons why you want to have traditions alive and well in your family. Traditions are incredibly valuable. As we've talked about today, bringing in identity and belonging, your family heritage and connecting generations, strengthening bonds. Like, there's so many benefits.
Yeah, there are.
Of traditions.
Yeah. I mean, if you take that for truth, traditions make families better all the way around. And that's what we want you to do. So here's what I want you to remember. It's never too late to start a tradition. And traditions are incredibly important because they help to reinforce who your family is. The culture that you have in the home. If you have kids in the home, it helps them to understand this is who we are and who we were. And some of our favorite times were around traditions or things we did on purpose, every year, every month, every week. It's that intentionality that makes the difference. And we're here to help. If you haven't seen yet, here is our book. It's called Winning at Home. We don't talk traditions specifically in here, but this talks around everything else and all the other intentionalities so that you can win at home. Create a culture that you're proud of and to build a family on purpose. This is available on Amazon. I'll link it below. Thank you for listening. I know there are lots of other podcasts that you can listen to. Thanks for listening to us. And thanks for being, for those of you that are a donor or a supporter. And if you're interested in that, you make this possible for us to get messages and resources and everything else out to families so that families can be a family on purpose and go do family on purpose.